हेलो 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 मेरे प्यारे भाई लोग, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। भाई कैसे हैं आप लोग? तो भाई आज अपन पजल से शुरू करते हैं। बेसिक पजल्स। लेट्स स्टार्ट विद सॉल्व पजल। ओके, इट्स वाइट टू मूव, कैलकुलेट करेक्टली एंड यू विल विन माय क्वीन। सो आई थिंक rook check, and I can take his queen. I have this one, this check also. After that king goes forward and I can give him check again with the pawn, and king takes it. Yeah, I think that's good. Check, pawn push check, take his queen, and I'll take another rook. So I'm piece up also. Let's move on to next puzzle. It's black to move. I blundered. You can win my rook. So it's a clear bishop takes rook. Is there anything else that can be done? Let's go. Shriek of two. Another move. So it's black to move, and your next move is critical. Can you find out the idea that keeps everything together? Okay, so there is queen check, and king has to take bishop, and after that I can push f5. Yes. So now I think I can just take his queen, and after that attack his rook. Yep, take his queen, attack his rook. After that I can take his knight. So streak of three. Let's go. Hello, hello, Mankuba, Mazibuko. Welcome to the stream. Streak of three. Okay, it's black to move, and that's blunder by me. How you can win material? Black to move, and we can win material. So I think check with queen, and queen needs to go on light square only. Dark square again check. Again goes back. Can I not just take this pawn with check? And here we go with the bishop check, and I can take his queen. So my plan was to just place the king on light square so I can take his queen after check. So it's black to move. Can you find a way to win material? Okay, so in this move to win material, I think how I can win material here. Maybe rook attacks queen, and queen needs to move. I think rook attacking queen first is the good move. Yes. And after that, we have this pawn push. Let's go. That was the correct move, but I don't know what is the further analysis to this. Maybe queen takes pawn. Yeah, so that there we go with the queen takes pawn after this, which can lead to mate. Sorry, streak of five, guys. Let's go. Moving on to another. So it's white to move. Can you think about checkmate? I think. The checkmate idea is only one here, which is king goes forward. Take his bishop with king only. And here we go with the checkmate. Streak of six, guys. Come on. Let's go. Moving on to another puzzle. So it's black to move, and you can win material. How is that happening? I think knight is going for fork and can take piece. Yeah. No. Arey yaar, we lost our streak. Not that fork. This fork. Yeah. And I can just take exchange of. Chalo bhai. Streak of six completed. We can start our rapid for today. So we are down. Yesterday we ended up losing many games in a row. So we are down to double to 4-8. Today we will target for 2-3, 2-5. We have to win multiple games in row today. And I'll start with some new openings after this game. Although this is the same defense, same plan which I'm planning. It's a perk defense which I'm playing. It's not King's Indian. Can I play with you? Sure, bro. Just give me some time. Let's complete little bit target, and after that I'll play with subscribers. After double two 6-5, I'll play with subscribers. Double two 6-5. So it's now double two 4-8. 17 more points. Sorry, not 17. 27 more points. He's going for my bishop. Maybe it's just bishop goes back. Pawn takes, bishop takes, knight takes, knight takes. Or maybe knight takes, and I'll guard my bishop. I need my bishop. So knight exchange is fine. Need to defend this pawn because our queen is pinned right now. I can also go for short castle. Okay, so I'll move his bishop now. Bishop takes knight, queen takes it, and knight takes, bishop takes. After that, I can go for f4 push. Bishop takes because his plan is to play knight, and I'll take my bishop back, and now I'll go for f4 push. My favorite student. Welcome to the stream, Jackal. Okay, it's time to activate bishop and bring my rook on d1. Pawn push. Pawn push, pawn takes. Bishop can anytime comes in between. But maybe instead of take, I should play bishop on e4. And if pawn takes, bishop takes, attacking queen, defending pawn, and sitting on the longest diagonal. Now take his force, otherwise I'll take that pawn. He can defend with knight by playing knight to d7. But after that also I'll take it. So knight takes, I can go for pawn push, which will be a mistake for him. So take his right move. Takes, bishop takes, and he needs to move his queen. Maybe on c6. Knight can be activated further, but I can still take that pawn and I'll play bishop on d3. Yep, take was right. He's offering queen exchange. If I takes it, that will be isolated pawn. So yep, let's take it. Why not? That's isolated pawn. I can attack it. Okay, now rook on d1 on the open file. Bishop take knight is the plan. After that, I can push f4, c4. Sorry. Okay, bishop takes bishop. Plan is c4, attacking knight, and here I lost the exchange. Rook takes is the right move. Okay, king activation now. So he cannot bring his rook on these files. हो जाएंगे भाई, हो जाएंगे. आजकल में हो जाएंगे. If not today, tomorrow. Definitely we'll be back on 23, 23, 25. Okay, takes, rook takes, bishop on d5. कल काफी सारे गेम्स आ गए थे इन a row. He'll plan rook. Obviously, I also can have rook. Okay, this is lost. This is lost. He can take my bishop. And exchange is compulsory. Whoa, great game, great game. Come on, we are down to double to 3-9. Made one blunder also. I think that phonk takes was a blunder. Yes, why not? Chalo, let's play with viewers. I think two of them already told. You can challenge, guys, but need to see the rules. Anything below 5 minutes unrated. Attacking knight was wrong because his knight was going for this threat. After which I got exchanged down and I lost this game. So best here was to plan my rook on f3, which is which is the plan for double up and attack knight after that would be great. Chalo, who wants to play? Come on, send challenge. Makuba, Mankuba also told. Mazibuko. I can't connect. Okay, chalo, let's move on to rapid then. Started another rapid. Till the time viewers get ready. Queen's Gambit decline martial defense. Knight to b5. I'll activate knight. And if bishop here, I can push e5. Bishop to f4, a4, e5. Sorry. Defending that pawn. Takes obviously. And bishop blocking check. After that, he'll bring his bishop here. Bishop on f4. I'll go for check and I'll go for long castle. Or maybe not. I think no, I should not do that. I'll bring my rook on c8. Yes. Okay, so bishop takes pawn and I can just go for castle. Or I should attack his knight. Knight only when I have one option. And bishop takes knight. Pawn takes it. Hello, hello, Kutti Charan. Welcome to the stream. Kutti Charan. Sorry. Okay, I'll castle first. Here we go with the knight attacks queen. Bishop takes his check. And king needs to move. If knight in between, I can double up on a5, queen and bishop. And plan is to take it. Or do I have anything good? Okay, let's do it. Double it up. If knight takes, bring my rook on d8, pinning queen. And if queen takes d8, that is a mistake because after rook on d8, he lost a piece. हेलो हेलो मोहित भाई, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। बहुत दिनों बाद। Make a move. We have a plan. Okay, he can't take my bishop, so I can force his knight to take that pawn. And if knight takes pawn, rook activates on d8. Okay, this is a mistake. I can just take this. And queen takes, I can go for check. And rook blocks queen. Like rook can pin queen. If queen in between, I can take his knight. And if knight goes back, that will be a big mistake because after rook attacks queen, there are no good spots for queen, and bishop can take that pawn, and this is the worst for him. And if bishop activates, still I'll play rook d8, attacking that knight. And after that, knight goes forward, attack queen. Can be a plan. Maybe bishop activates, take that pawn is wrong because he can just go for castle. And if I take his bishop, knight takes it back. So rook activation is much better. You'll find me as Michael Kingsley. मीन लग रहा है ना, इसलिए। ओके भाई। Let's see how he can defend this. I don't think he can defend it. So here we go with the rook d8 attacking knight. And knight goes forward. Okay, he's saying that you take my piece, I'll take your piece. But I'll block squares for queen. Queen cannot go here. Queen, only one option left with queen, that is back to c2. And bishop takes pawn, attacking his bishop. After that he can't castle. Take his queen is the right move. So he defended his piece. Great. Now knight takes that pawn and also attacking another pawn. He's only defending this whole time. There is no attack he can make. Pawn push, I'll still activate my knight further. Going for either this pawn or this pawn. King will activate. Knight takes pawn. Bishop takes it and bishop takes that pawn back. Fork. Not now. He already saw that there was a fork. Bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop. I can activate my another rook in game. After that, I need to open up back rank. Okay, he didn't did that. I think I should first open up back rank. Knight goes back to attack that pawn. He can just do pawn push, or maybe knight sits on d3, offering him knight exchange, at the same time attacking that pawn. If he takes that knight exchange, we are fine to sit on second rank, pinning king. After that, bishop can be placed. Okay, we can just take that pawn with check and can defend b1. Knight defends b1, b7, sorry. Here we go with pawn push, so rook cannot take that pawn. And my plan is to give this check now and forking him, maybe. He's going for that pawn now. I think bishop to c8 looks fine. Yeah, bishop to c8. Defending that pawn also. If rook takes, another rook takes, rook takes. So it'll be exchange up. Now knight goes back to attack rook again, and I'll activate knight on d5. Knight on d5, attacking rook, and bishop can be placed on b7. Rook goes back, bishop on b7. Rook on e8 and knight to f4. First, I think knight to f4, then rook on e8. Rook on f, sorry, rook to e8, then knight to f4. I'm saying reverse. Okay, so bishop goes back in support of rook. So takes no problem. Offering him exchange. Should I go for this check instead first? I think. Yeah, let's go for fork check and simply take his rook. I knew he was going to do it. I can go for rook check. To which knight is defending, and I do have another rook check. If king goes forward, it's a double push check. Or maybe instead I should play rook on e2 to threat mate. If king goes forward, I'll play rook on e2. If rook takes knight, that's a mate in one. Not mate in one. Knight can sit in between, but after that I can just do the pawn push and I can have his knight. So king takes pawn, pawn takes knight. That will be better move, I think. भाई आज तो रिव्यू कर दो. किस चीज का रिव्यू? So here we go with the he defended bishop. I can defend knight. Check. And let's go for knight exchange. Knight takes, rook takes. So that's a check and mate. He should have gone for exchange. Now it is mate. Let's go. New 10 minutes. Downfall is real, but we will come back. So this time I'm playing little bit different opening. It's Reti openings. It's Reti opening. So I am not 100% sure how to play this, but I'm just giving up a try. So how it works, I think, like knight e4, activating knight, and I'll also activate that bishop. He's going for all exchange. Okay, I'm fine with that. Knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. No, he's not going for exchange anymore now. Let's castle. Rook defending bishop, and I can play my knight further. So here we go with the exchanging every piece now, attacking knight and pawn at the same time. Pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes. Should I go with the knight take or should I go with the queen take? I think I should go with knight e2 take. Knight c3 takes knight e2. Now offering him exchange. Bishop takes, rook takes, and maybe I can plan c4 pawn takes, but I should not do that. I think let's break his active and powerful knight. Knight takes knight, pawn takes, h2 takes, and will open up the back rank also at the same time. How's your day? It's good. How's your day, buddy? c3, so I can activate my rook on d2, doubling it up. If I take that pawn, he'll take this pawn. Maybe I think I have to give up that pawn. So for that pawn, I am going to take d5, center pawn. After that, I can offer him exchange also. Okay, so he have a plan. How should I activate my game from here? I think activating knight. Rook takes, king takes, and rook on d5. I can offer him the queen exchange. After that, knight sits back to plan for f6 check. Okay, so now knight will sit back, attack queen. At the same time, I just need to take this rook, and I can place my queen on f3, defending knight. Knight activates forward. Queen attacks knight. Or maybe I can just go for queen offer exchange. If I push pawn to attack knight, knight will sit here. And if I place my queen here, queen exchange will be forced. After takes, so game will remain equal. Na? There is nothing which is happening. Maybe just queen goes back is the right move. Yes, queen goes back is the right move. I am just going for that pawn. And if knight activates, now here we go with the rook exchange, and every game will be completely similar. Rook exchange and everything is similar now. Although I can get that open file. If he takes rook, I can get that open file. If he does not takes that rook, he took it. He took that. Knight attacks queen, and I can double push f4 to defend knight and attack knight. And plan is now after this queen can sit on d7. Back rank is open, so queen check is doing nothing. Knight activate for forward is not possible right now. Okay, now here we go with the queen on d7. Queen check, king on h2. Queen takes that pawn. Queen is not possible because I can take his knight. Okay, just attacking his knight. So knight sits back. And here we go with the pawn push. Back rank is open. And pawn push to attack queen. If knight takes that pawn, queen takes. Okay, that's exchange. Ah, is force. Pawn push. King g, king to f2. Pawn push. King to e1. Cannot defend that pawn. Na? Pawn push is possible. After that, he'll do pawn push. King f1, pawn push. King e1, pawn push. King d1, d2. Offering him knight exchange. And king needs to jump in to stop those two pawns. Hello Gulshan bhai, welcome to the stream. Where my mind is, what I just did, what I just did, I just gave him free knight and win. So I think rate the opening is not working. I need to study that opening, that how it works and how it will go further. If knight takes, I can just attack his queen and have that piece. I think right now also I can do the same. If queen takes that pawn, knight on d4 attacks queen and threat for check and take that rook. Although queen can go for this pawn also. But if I takes and knight takes, I can go for long castle. That's a plan. Yes. If he goes for check, that's just a pawn push g6, and he will not able to do anything. Although he is helping me for my development. भाई मिस्टेक किए B e6 खेल के मैं तो अभी आया जस्ट बिशप टू E6. एक्चुअली वो एक पार्ट ऑफ प्लान है, लेकिन वर्क तभी करता है जब प्लेयर लो ग्रेडेड हो. Below 2000, there it works. He's not going for it, just a pawn push in support of knight, and after this, d4. Or maybe knight activates forward is a plan, so I should go a5 first. Yeah, I should go a5 first. So his knight cannot activate further. Still, I'll not do this pawn push because knight can also activate on e4. So I'll activate my queen on d6 and I'll go for long castle. Takes will help his dark square bishop to activate. Maybe queen sits. No, queen sits here is wrong. Knight can directly take that pawn. If I attack his knight right now, knight sits on e4. If I go for check, he can place his bishop in between. I think that will be a mistake because I can go for pawn push. So I think check looks good, and I can just go for long castle and give up that pawn. Or maybe should take that I should take that pawn and then I should go for long castle. Yeah, take that pawn, and now I'll go for long castle. Pawn push is not bad because he cannot go here. Okay, he has just stopped my castle. Attack his queen. Queen cannot come to f7. And if queen goes back, I can push g5. But again, he will go for check, na? So maybe rook defending that pawn. No, not the right idea. Maybe knight attacking queen, and queen takes pawn will be possible after that. Instead, I think e5. That's a good option. Okay, I cannot move my knight because if I if I can, but I can play rook to attack queen, and queen goes to c8. Rook will sit back, and defending that pawn is good. Yes, with e5 and dark square bishop activation to g7, and I can go for short castle now. If queen check, okay, that's a good plan. Uh, if I play rook on d7, and there is this queen check, rook on e7, he'll give knight check. I can play rook on b8, and I lost a piece. Now only can just go for check. Brilliant. Blunder. Real blunder. Lost a rook. Knight takes bishop is right for him. Rook takes it back, and I think yeah, knight take bishop. Yes, he's not going to sack. He'll take knight takes bishop, and rook takes f8. King sits back on g8. After that, let's see how we can try to win this. कितनी रेटिंग है सामने वाले की? It's 2251. He sacrificed bishop. बिशप उड़ा देगा. Rook takes bishop. Rook takes. Knight takes. After simplification, he is winning. King to g8. Knight check. King takes f7. Only option left with me. Now that's a mate. Knight check is a mate. He missed that. Knight check was a mate. He missed that. I thought he will find that. He will found that, but he missed knight check. Rook takes rook, or queen takes rook. Why I'm playing this? Not that perfect moment. Hello, hello, Master. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. Queen takes rook. Bishop takes rook. If rook takes rook, still I cannot do anything. There is a resign button. I should uh, stop wasting my time and move on to another move. QH5 RF7 mate, yes. So this guy is streamer. This guy is streamer. I think I've played with him. Newbinator. Yes, I played with this guy. Although it was loose, but lose on time. I was winning on position. It was lose on time. This time, not this time. Something different. ये क्या पागलपन किया विन गेम था. Bishop activates. Go for short castle. Move my king on h1. He plays positionally. I know this guy. He plays positionally. He also likes to grab the bishop. And likes to play defensively positional. Okay. He's a big fan of Scandinavian. Fun of Scandinavian. Okay, pawn takes. I can double up rook and queen. So he cannot castle. He needs to play knight, but after knight takes knight, still he cannot castle. So knight goes back is the only option. He took it. I can take this pawn and take this pawn with check again. Let's go. And doubling up rook, queen and queen. Oh, bishop attacking knight. Knight cannot move. Bishop pinning knight. Bishop pinning bishop. What should I say for this? Come on, Newbinator. You can do it, bro. Q to f5. Yes. Q to f7, right? Why Q to f5? Q to f7 rook cannot be placed on Q f8. And if you push pawn, I think I can just take his knight. Bishop takes is not possible because that is going to be mate. So he has to take with pawn, weakening his position. Is more safety square options for queen. Now queen attacks bishop, pinning bishop although he cannot move his bishop. This is very bad for him. Now rook can also not move because I can take his bishop. Only option with him is queen sits back. Triple karo. Ha, I'll do that only. Rook sits on e6 and another rook activates because he still cannot move his bishop. Rook to f6. I think better move is tripling up rooks. Yes, rook to f6, rook to f8. Come on, give up your bishop and lose. Try for another game. Tripling up pieces. Let's go. Free rook. Oh my god. You gave free rook? Are you seriously double 2 3 2? I don't believe. Takes, rook takes, rook takes. Let's give him a like, guys. He needed some motivation. Come on, guys. Give some like. He's giving everything for free. Check. Queen in between takes that. Rook to d7. Okay, check again. And if now queen moves, I can go for that pawn. If king goes forward, I can checkmate him from g4. Queen in between, rook check, and I can take queen. Come on, man, resign. There we have rook check and mate. Let's go. QF5 was only way to escape, yes, but he didn't did that. He wants mate. Anyways, let's move on to another game. Thank you for that, Newbinator. I played with him earlier also. During last time, I was up positionally, but I lost on time. I was having rook and knight, and he was just having a rook. I think, yeah. If I could remember the exact position, so that was it. I lost on time because I was not able to find out the perfect squares for knight and rook, and he was having one pawn also, which I actually lost. I was pawn up also, but I he took pawn. He took those pawns. I was coming before from his stream. That's why I knew him so well. Okay. Now I just saw you on YouTube and came. Thanks, bro. Thanks for that. We are stealing someone's subscribers. Bishop check, pawn push, and bishop sits back. He'll go for castle. I can place my bishop on g3. Bishop sits back. Place my bishop on g3. Rook will sit back. Knight to b4 is coming. Yes, knight to b4. Are we planning knight to b4? But knight to b4. And here we go with the fork to take his bishop or rook. He will play rook here, and nothing can be done after that. After knight to b4, rook to c1, and knight will remain there hanging. I can go for castle first, and then uh, plan to play my bishop on h3. Okay, okay, let's castle. Not that good. Knight to a5 is also not that good because he can just do b3. What's much better is pinning his queen because I can play my knight to a4 after that. After that, bishop b4. Bishop to b4. Let's consider that also. Bishop to b4. Yes. And after bishop to b4, knight on a4. Bishop takes. Okay, he just pushed. He just kicked that. He's kicking that bishop. Maybe now I should take it back. Now I can play knight to a5. Plan is he cannot push this pawn. There will be fork. So I can just take this pawn. Bishop takes c3. But why? Like, it is not doing anything. Let's keep up our bishop because it's crucial to keep the defense on king side. That's why. Okay, this was also the option. So he stopped a5. If any of the push, I have defensive ideas. I think I'll open up back rank. Let's wait for him to do something. Fork b7 knight. Pawn takes, and knight needs to be placed back. Or maybe now only I should place my knight back. If pawn takes, bishop takes. And if pawn takes, queen takes. That's very long plan actually. It does break his structure, forces nh4 and bishop to g6, and h takes g6 is better. Okay, and our queen side structure is better. True. Now bishop attacks rook, and I can have free pawn. Jay, when you are playing viewers, after I'll reach double 265. After that, I'll play with subscribers. Folk B7. Hi, bro. Can you review my latest game? I'm 570 low, please. Sure, bro. Can you see my comment above? Yes, I read that. Okay, takes. Pawn takes, knight takes. There we have queen takes. And if we try to place his knight somewhere, I'll go for exchange and activate my knight to b6. Knight to c6, sorry. Knight b8 to knight c6. Thank you. I think I made two mistake only, but I want someone with experience here. So much better experience with me, more than me is you made me curious, Makwan. 6 7 6 5 7 2. Pawn takes, knight takes, queen takes, threat for mate. He just pushes pawn. So knight activates further. Yeah, knight activates further. Bishop takes, pawn takes. And I need to activate my final piece in the game. Bishop takes h6 is threat. Yes. Offering him bishop exchange. Bishop takes, queen takes, activate knight. Although after that I can also place bishop on g4, but queen is going for that pawn. So activate knight's pawn takes. Activate knight on d6. No, cannot do it that because rook is there. But maybe I can do it because knight is the blocker. Although he can threat somewhere like Maybe he can threat from f3, but I can just take that, defend my knight back with queen only. Okay, so two pieces. Take this with check. He's going for rook. Okay, if I give up my rook, q to e7. If I if I give up my queen and take those two pieces, knight and rook against, will that be worth? Knight and rook against queen. 15 years not working. I was checking it out. After that, knight can also activate further. Okay, let's save our queen. Bishop takes, rook takes. I'm thinking I'm playing for 50 days now. Exchanging bishop, and now I can just take knight, and I'll activate my knight after this. It's a beautiful start. I was checking it out. Wow, bro, that's great. If knight tries to defend that pawn, there is a pawn push. So knight activation is the only correct move, I think. And knight takes pawn, rook attacks. Maybe queen attacks knight. No, rook attacks knight because I don't want to give up another exchange after that. Queen going for that pawn, e5 pawn. Rook defending that, not defending. Okay, he's going for rook. Rook to d8. My best trick is spinning queens with bishop. I learned 2 days ago. Slowly activating queen is the only solution to it. Queen activates, queen offer exchange. After queen activation, only knight can activate further. Try to learn to fork and mate. I'm giving everything to him by myself. I think I forked a queen and rook with 8 points down. Brilliant, bro. Right here, rook takes queen. Knight takes queen, not working. After there is no check. So I think the correct move is offering him queen exchange. And after exchange, at least I can move my knight forward. This pawn is defended by. Okay, there is a fork. Let's go. Knight to f3, I think. Okay, takes. Rook takes. Pawn push. Is not queen. I should have gone for that rook first. Come on, yaar, what I'm doing. This was seriously. King can defend it, na? I thought pawn push and push will be queen. I was too fast. Okay, last trick. Nothing is working. Blunder. I should have taken rook. That was the correct move. Let's review this. Not even bishop to e6 doesn't work here. Nothing is working. I thought rook. Okay, I just made one blunder. Queen to here was blunder. What was best here? Activating rook. So I can activate rook further and bring my queen on e8. And queen takes was a miss. Why it was a miss? Okay, because I can continue with the pawn push. Whoa, I was having a good move. He had to trade rooks, right? Best here was first I should have taken his rook, and after king takes, then another rook. Although after this also endgame does not works for me because there is no defense for that light square bishop. So suddenly I forked him. Yeah, is that no? This is not even a draw. This is losing because after this push he can take that pawn like that pawn is not defended and push and bishop takes his force, knight takes it. Knight can go for that pawn, and those two pawns are unstoppable after that. Okay, chalo, let's move on to another game. This time I'll try to win three in a row. Three streak of three. What if knight to f3 instead of c3? Uh, need to check. I'll try to win three in row from here. This is the first game. Come on, just calculate. Even if we are going for a fork, we have to calculate it first. That if that is working or not. Oh my God, he forgot. What does he forgot, bro? His game. Takes that pawn. Knight takes it, and I can take his knight. But he can take my bishop. Although I'll gain a pawn, but is this still a good position? Like, yeah, it's not a bad position. I just need to defend both the pawns, and after that I'm good to go. Hey, I'm new to your stream. Hello, hello, welcome to the stream, Avinash Anand. I'm 1600. Great to know. So here we go with the pawn push. No, and bringing out with bishop out. No, activating rook on d2. Plan is if he push, I can take it. Come on, offering him queen exchange. I'm fine to take it because after takes, why not e5? Yeah, I should have done that. Sorry. Yeah, e5, q to e5, f4. Rook cannot sit on d6. I can just take his rook. I can now activate my bishop also. Or maybe I can activate my bishop on h6 is the better option. H6 looks good. Push that pawn is a mistake. I think rook defending that pawn. So pawn push, rook takes, pawn takes. Queen does have square always. This is very straight game. Offering him queen exchange now. Rook cannot take because rook take. Rook attacks queen and I can take that pawn back. He blundered. It's okay. Rook to e1. Rook to e e1. Okay. Rook to e1. Yeah, that was a great plan, I think. How did you see that quick? You are right, bro. Now my plan is to play bishop back on g5, because after that, bishop back to g5, because if he takes bishop, I can take that pawn with check and just mate him. I see things without trying to see, just like that. Oh yes, 15 years. Do I have any plan? If pawn takes, rook takes pawn, queen takes it. If I just take his bishop with queen, bishop takes, not working. So he's trying to simplify everything. So queen take is force here. Is there any better option? Do I have q takes d6, rook takes, and he can double it up. Just a draw, normal exchange and win. It's not winning, it's a draw. Let's exchange in this way then. F3 better, F5 comes. Okay, he gave me free pawn. G takes F5. Pawn takes it. Let's go for free pawn. I think now this is winning. Even I can win this. Yes. Now the plan is if king moves forward, I do have check from h4, and king needs to go back. Then I can just take. Yeah, check first, and king goes back. There we have another check. King moves to e5. I'll give him check, but I don't think he's going to e5 now. Uh, Rook to h6. If rook tries to defend it, there is pawn push. Rook to g5. King to f7 now. Cannot another rook go for attack? Pawn push. If he takes, I do have this check and I can take that pawn. Or king defends this pawn first. Then another rook can activate, right? So I think I need to go for check again and place my rook back on h6. h5 now. I think now he'll play king and rook check. Pawn push, pawn takes. I do not have any other check. Rook to a3. Plan is rook goes for check, but if he places rook in between, I can go on rook to a8. He'll push pawn. Rook to h8. He'll push pawn. There'll be a check. Oh, h5 is draw now. I don't know, but I don't want to draw. Let's try this. I think this is working. This check, if king goes back, I can take g6 with check. And rook to a8, rook to h7, h8, and I can give him mate. Let's go. Got the mate. Now king needs to run, but there is no option with king to run. Check, king runs, check. Takes this rook, pawn takes. Should I go for rook? Take his rook, pawn takes. King sits on e3. And after that, there is a pawn push, and I can take that pawn and stop another pawn also. Takes. And there is f3. And D promotes. I think it's a draw. Oh, it's still a draw. Maybe he can win also. Okay, how to do a draw? King to f2, king to f4. I think I need to stay on king g2. Yeah, that's how it's a draw. Need to stay on the same diagonal as the king is. And if you push, that's a draw from g1. King to f, king back to g2. Come on, yeah, that's a draw. Come on, chess.com, give me draw. That's a wrong move I played actually, and he didn't notice. That was a wrong move I played before this. See here, and king. This was the wrong move actually, because after king here, I need to move king here, and after pawn push, there is square for king and king here that he missed. He would lost it if he was too greedy. He had a won in this game, in the end game. Yes, he missed that pawn. For me, it was just king to g1, and I played king to f1, which was a mistake. After king here, king goes g, and pawn push, it was a lost before taking h pawn. Good game, thank you. Let's move on to another game. Although we didn't won, but we didn't lost also. So before taking h pawn, yeah, he can just support that pawn and should have continued. I think he's not good with the end games, so that's why he just did draw. At least we didn't lose this. Did you just play knight to c3? Yes. That's a Wengit opening. You need to plan fully. If you're playing that kind of openings, you need to plan fully. Now, if knight tries to activate further, I can just take d5 pawn, and if he takes my knight, no, I can just take d5 pawn. Yeah, it's actually my repertoire with white. What's that? What does that mean? Wengit. Okay, now if I just take that, that's a mistake. Takes, queen takes, knight takes, knight will take that pawn, and I can fork him, but doesn't make sense. So it's just queen on h, keeping queen on h5. So to defend it, come on, this game again reached to end game so quickly. Too late, I think. He gave me free pawn, but this is a mistake, I think. I can just take that pawn, and if queen takes c, I can take this, and this game reached to the end game completely. I need to open up back rank. Queens are on the board. Is in the still middle game. Yeah. No, this is the end game. Offering him queen exchange. At least I can play b5. Now rook defending that pawn. And I should open up my back rank also. Yes, I should open up back rank. So I can have that pawn and he can have exchange. I will double up my rooks on e7th rank. Next me. He's again offering draw. Let's play a little bit. Let's not draw it right away. It's a draw. This is not mate. Rook has blocked his king. He wants draw only. Come on, yaar. Play this. Why? Why is keeping up with the draw? Come on, double push that. He seriously want that this game should end in draw. Sorry. Yes, thank you, Gulshan bhai. Like the stream, guys. Let's make it 20 likes. Another draw. What's that? He already offered draw. Chalo, Prashant bhai, ajo. Send challenge. Waiting for your challenge. Played two games and both the games are draw. 50 moves हो गई. 50 moves नहीं 3-4 repetition से draw हुआ है. Repetition because the same position was repeated 3 times. That was too quick. Do you play Vengit often or and if so, why do you play against e5? I just like that opening. That's why. Sacrifice the piece. My king is fully open. Hello, hello, Paradox. Welcome to the stream. I'm back. Sure, brother. After this, playing with subscribers only. Just now I started playing with subscribers. Dude, I was asking you recommendation in opening knight to c3, e5. Then what do you play? I say, okay, knight to c3. I'll show it to you. Which play style do you prefer? Letting him to get the center and after that recapturing the center back. Hyper modern, you mean? You are good at the names. I don't remember names. Yes. So, bhai, who's next? Who else want to play from subscribers? Playing with subscribers now. So my name is in game is Elson54. Okay, bhai. I'll accept your challenge. अरे यार भाई गलत बात है यार. You lost and you are living. OPD है सुबह. Okay, brother. We'll meet tomorrow. Come on, Paradox, resign. If I get white, I'll show it to you. Okay? Okay, knight c3. You could have taken with check. Knight c3, e4. In this case, I think just push. If knight activates, knight takes, and I can develop my center back. If he would have just pushed d4, then knight back to e2, and knight activates on g3. That's the way. Okay, he's just going for take. We can also take it, and I'll take this back because if I just take it, he can just take this with check. Take d2 with check. Okay, come on. Knight moves. Knight takes it. Bishop takes. Queen takes knight with check. And I can take his bishop. Nice one. Should I go for? I think I should go for long castle. Pinning his queen. Missed that. That's a losing now. Lost 7 points. That's a loss. Good one. Well played. Long castle was trying too hard. Best of three. Again, it's going towards the same pattern. Good game, bro. Well played. Come on, yeah, guys. If you like the stream, please hit that like button. We have 22 watching and very less likes. And subscribe your if you have not subscribed, please subscribe this channel. We only have 576 subscribers. Come on, if any of our subscribers want to play, they can challenge also. Anyone else wants to play? Come on, guys. No? Should we start with rapid then? Okay, let's start with rapid. So my target is to win three in row. Current I decided this before two draws, but still I have not won one. Now this time we will try to win three in row. Good game, Paradox. Yeah. King Indian defense. Appreciated gamer. Okay, got free rook check and free rook. Let's go resign. Time for him to resign. So one and two more to win to complete the target. Oh my god, he was going for mate. Let's go for long castle now. Yeah, I've been playing knight to c3 for a long time and analyze a lot of cool lines. It's glad to see a higher rated player using it successfully. Yes, brother, it definitely works. And I recently saw a new line also. I'll explore that also in my games. Ah, that's a pawn push, stopping that bishop to attack my bishop. Knight activates, bishop takes, fine to take exchange because after this I can plan for e6 and bishop. I think he's trying to trap my queen. If queen goes for that pawn, I have queen takes knight. Okay, yeah, go with the pawn push. Queen takes knight, pawn cannot take queen. But does he have any another check like check? No, I can directly escape to e7. Let's go. Got his bishop also. I hope he will resign now. No, he's not going to resign at all. Sack करो अब रुक को brilliant. King takes is the option. You thought he will take with queen, but there is a king take. I thought he'll resign right after, but he's not doing it. Okay, after pawn push, bishop takes. After knight takes, rook takes. With check, pawn takes, I can take his rook, and I'll have rook and queen, and he will just have queen. No, he will have. He will. Yes, I can just sack it. Sacrifice the bishop. Now knight takes, rook takes that knight, and pawn takes it. Queen takes rook. I'll have rook and queen, and he will just have queen. At least resign now. That's a free rook. Thank you. Okay, now I can just go for this pawn take, and mate. Check, king goes in, rook check, and here we go with the mate. Let's go. Moving on to another game. 1-1. Needs to win two more in row to complete our target. Now he will activate knight further. I need to give up my pawn and attack his bishop. I'll do this pawn push, and I can take his bishop, activate my light square bishop, and I can plan for b4 and takes. You recommended this line against Jobawa. See, I don't know the opening names that good, but I think yes. Jobawa. Can't remember. Attack his knight. If queen takes pawn, I can take his knight. Come on, take your knight back. And I do have pawn push after that bishop activation. कल तो 2-3-2-5 जाने वाले थे ना. Today also our plan was to go on 2-3-2-5. We'll do it. Just wait for it. This is the Joboa London you are playing against you. See, I don't know about openings a lot. Oh, I don't know about opening names. Although I know how to play those openings. Okay, activation is always a key. Giving him this pawn so I can take b3. There we go with the long castle. Bishop is closing this, and I can now go with the pawn push. Pawn push, pawn takes. Pawn takes, knight cannot take it. But his rook can activate so quickly after that. Okay, he's going for short castle. I think h5, h4, h3. लॉन्ग कैसल रिस्की नहीं है ये पोजीशन में. Uh, until we are not giving him chance, it is not. So we should keep up with this pawn. We should not push it. Here we go with the bishop activation. Queen cannot take that pawn. Rook is already guarding it. I'll go with the pawn push. Pawn takes, then knight takes will come, na? Maybe this time take is wrong. Takes. Although I'll get a pawn, but this rook will activate here. So don't give him a chance. But if I don't give him chance, knight activate forward is the move. So will not take it. Let him take it. Push takes. Knight takes. Yeah, push looks good. G5, pawn takes, knight takes, rook activates on G8. For that open file, I can plan bishop on the longest diagonal. And if he takes this pawn, it's just a bishop takes attacking that pawn, which does not make sense to him for him. Obviously, bishop takes. If knight takes, although that pawn was not defending, I can just take his knight and keep up with that pawn. Or maybe bishop on e4 looks good right now. Let's not take it. Keep up the pin. And if he takes with queen, there we have the rook, which can leads to check, and he'll be stuck in that loop. What do you recommend against London? I recommend you to play better. I think in London it is the symmetrical variation which I do play. Where are you from? I'm from Burhanpur, Madhya Pradesh. Where are you from, brother? I should now take this knight because his plan was to activate knight and attack on rook and bishop at the same time and defend this pawn also. Queen is attacking that pawn. Here we go with the plan of doubling up rook on the open file. Or if not able to double up, then at least exchange. We should go for exchange. Rook, rook takes, queen takes, or king takes, and king will sit back. If queen goes for the pawn, I can take this pawn, attack on rook at the same time. If I place my bishop here, pinning is wrong. He can just go for check. I think I should move my king. I recommend you to just play better. Just root my guy. Sorry, sorry, bro. Queen defending the check. Queen check. Queen takes it. Pawn takes. I can also continue with the pawn push. Okay, that was a mate. Come on, yaar. Let's review this. I'm still in learning phase, so I don't know what to play against London. Right. Best here was to play on c6 because that's a draw. Perpetual. Okay. What is the name of this opening which I played? I should remember the names now to play professionally. You choose the worst line in the opening. Okay, knight to c3. It's Wengit opening, and it's converted to Alkine's defense, which he's playing against me. Now it's converted to close Sicilian defense, Grand Perk variation. So you're seeing how that opening is changing in every move. So how it is possible to remember name of every opening? Now it's converted to Sicilian defense open, Nasdaq Amsterdam variation. It's not always about the opening. It's about the variation and patterns. How many variations and pattern you are aware of, and how many you can just remember by and that you get by just playing that single opening multiple times. Okay, knight goes forward. Plan is if knight takes pawn, knight takes knight. I will play dark square bishop to attack queen. Queen needs to move. But queen can go here also. No, that's not the right idea. I should try something else. Let's go with the knight activation on b4, but he'll do this pawn push. No, he cannot do that pawn push. Yes. If he does that pawn push, I can go for knight takes knight, which I'm still planning. Knight takes knight, and after bishop attack queen, I'll place my bishop back and knight to fork queen and rook. Okay, he just took that pawn. Here we go with the knight takes knight, bishop attacks queen, and bishop offering bishop exchange. And if he does pawn push, there's a fork, knight and queen. But if he just takes, I can take, and after that I can attack his knight at the same time. So, and defending knight also. If he takes, queen takes, defending knight and attacking knight. And still this fork is there. So now there is no fork. Okay, so I have to give up the exchange. Maybe not, and I should play my rook and activate my rook in the game instead of letting him to activate. But it's fascinating to see you. You are as prepared as the player in your rating range. It just the starting few moves that are prepared and the game from the mid games changes in every game. Knight goes back. I'll activate another rook to e2 to take that pawn. If he does pawn push, rook takes this pawn. So any of the pawn at least I can get. If rook tries to defend that, still rook will take that pawn because he cannot take my rook. There is rook takes rook. But the strategy and the pawn structure, I think, is in your control. It may change anytime. Even though you plan fully, sometimes things doesn't work according. So here we go with the c4 to take this. After that, I can take and take, and if bishop activates, so he has already prepared, as you can see. A4 and A5 defending that knight on that square, and I can activate B4 because after this he's planning rook on B7. So I need to activate another rook. And if he attacks, knight takes, and knight sits here to take that pawn. Yep, knight takes bishop. And should I defend? I think I should go with attacking e6 pawn because these two pawns are very strong. So if rook takes b2, rook takes e6, and if we try to defend it, I can go for a5. He's going for mate. Now see that pawn structure. I can go for check, but after that nothing is happening. I'm also threatening a mate. He'll give check. I can take this back. So take his force. Here we go with the a6, a7, and 8. Although I'll attack on this pawn after takes, I can try to push and win. Opponent is winning. This is draw. Plan is to push g5, and after that check, 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 just check, check. Yeah, g5. It's a draw. King cannot go forward. He can escape. Yeah, he can, but I'll go for g6 pawn then. G6 pawn, then h6 pawn, h5 pawn. I do have f5 push also. F5, he cannot take that pawn. I can go for rook takes rook, but he can go for check. Yeah, I missed that. Instead of take, I think I should push, push, and queen. Push, he'll push e5. I'll push. Okay, so he'll sit here, and there is a threat of mate. So now only I need to play king to e2 first. So he cannot play further. He cannot sit further. If I play king here, he'll push. I need to sit back again. His queen is coming up with check, yeah. Maybe I can just take that e6 pawn after king sits here. But if I now just take this, he'll go for check and he'll take that pawn. But I have to take e6. That's force. Still trying to defend. You can just take it, resign. Come on, yaar. Only Modi ji can win this position and ChatGPT also. You messed up, bro. Even sacked rook. Yes, I made two miss. He played with 80% accuracy. Every move it is showing as a mistake. There was a tactic. Oh, and I missed this tactics. That was a clear miss. What was best here? Directly push that, explain, gives check, and then I go away. Whoa, I was able to make queen, but I just make this miss, and it's completely down 6.7, and it's losing after this. Anyways, bro, why you are declining the challenge? Bro, have you gone through rules? First go through rules and then send challenge. I'll definitely accept your challenge. Still, we learn new things. Yes, playing against 2400, and he is playing. Where is the rules? Please say. You are sending, yeah, it's rated 2400 rated one. You are sending unrated challenge. Sorry, you are sending rated challenge, which I do not accept with subscribers. So you just need to send unrated challenge, then I'll accept your challenge, buddy. queen going for mate threat and that free pawn which I'll get after this. I don't like to play chess, but I like to watch chess now. Plan is now knight on e4, knight on e4. Okay, he just now he will push pawn. So my knight does not have any square to go. So I need to move my queen to make place for my knight. Who's chess enjoyer? It's you. What's your rating, chess enjoyer? Bishop attacking queen. If knight goes back, knight takes it. What he's up to? Does he have any plan? Maybe I can just double up my rooks on e line, e file. I think he'll play knight here to exchange bishop. Okay, I'll only play bishop here first. So if he plays knight here, I can play on h4, queen to h4, and he's going for pawn push now, I think. Now knight takes pawn, or if he's going for my knight, I can attack his knight too. But if I attack his knight, he'll take my knight for sure. So I can just take that pawn and then attack his knight. Wanna play with me, sir? My elo is 2100 and username is ego is silent. I was scrolling for 20 minutes to find you live. Are you serious? Me? King takes his force, and king after king takes rook activation looks good. Rook on g3 because king on h2. He will plan for queen takes pawn after playing rook here. Rook to h8 attacks queen. check, definitely, why not? And queen on h7. He can't move his bishop right now. So I think I'll try to double up rook on those files by just playing king to h1 and bring my another rook. Triple. Yes. What a weird move. Someday opponent is 2400. I can't even recommend it move. I can't even recommend move. Here we go with tripling up pieces. I can take his bishop and rook takes, rook takes. I can go for this rook after that. So everything will be exchanged, but I'll be one pawn up. I'll remain one pawn up. Yes. Okay, takes, rook takes. No, but he can take this pawn. Yes. So what's the correct ways by playing rook on g1 right now? Because if I just take his rook, pawn takes it, and there is no sense of that. And I want to keep up my double pawn. So king to rook to g4, so that if rook takes pawn, queen takes it, and if rook here, maybe now queen goes back for this check threat. He's going to take this pawn now, and his another plan is to play rook. So yeah, king queen goes back is right. So if he plays rook, I can at least go for check and take that to take his bishop to equalize up. Why I cannot go for this bishop right now? Takes his bishop, queen takes, and I can go for his rook. What if rook takes? I can go for this check. Rook takes bishop, queen takes queen, rook takes rook with check, and double check, triple check, and continue with those checks, but rook can come in between. So no, not a right move. If I play my queen, if I just take his queen, well, that's also a mistake. I think I again placing my queen back on h7 with the same plan. If rook on h8, I can take his bishop with check. Queen takes, rook takes, or resign is the best. Attack is queen. Queen sits here with the check. Rook on g2. Rook takes rook, and rook takes. Now we saw it that that pawn is unstoppable. It's a resign. Good game by him. Well played. Although I just lost 4 points, he only gained 4 points by doing that much of headache. Chalo. I think some of our subscribers wants to play. Come on, guys, you can challenge anything below 5 minutes unrated. It's earlier to calculate when we are not playing. So okay, it's okay. 20 likes. Come on, guys, please hit that like button. Okay, this is the last game of the day, which I have started. We need to win this. Started with the Alkine's defense, converted to Alkine's defense Scandinavian variation. I don't know this bishop on e6 is good or not. Sometime it works, sometime it does not. How many openings do you know? Just two. One with white and one with black. Will you believe that? Yes, I'm talking about proper study only. You just need to see this. That's a mate in one, otherwise give your queen. And it's time for him to resign. And if knight takes, rook takes, and still threat for mate. Although he has to give up his knight, nothing else. Still threat for mate. Queen cannot take. I am fine to exchange still. Okay, still it's the same plan. Bishop takes bishop. If rook takes rook, here we go with the queen takes pawn with check, but king will have option. What option? It's just a mate. So he lost a piece. I think he could have taken rook with pawn. That was the better move. At least he would have got the exchange back. Rook to g3 was working. Queen to g6, so he cannot go for this f7 check. I'll activate knight to e5, then knight to f3. Again, queen cannot take. That's a rook take is the option. This is clear winning. Queen takes his force. Plan is to give check g4, and if king takes pawn, I can take his rook. But I was sure he's not going to do that. King still cannot take that pawn. Here we go with another queen on board. Come on, at least resign now. Let's go. He's challenging again, but I'm done for the day. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, please hit that like button and please make sure to subscribe if you have not already subscribed. So in case you do not need to search for multiple videos for my live stream, you will directly get the notification in your notification tab. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good night. Ending stream now.